Okay, here's a look at the Legacy Evolution War Dawn 2-pack, which is a repaint retool of the Studio Series Cup and the Transformers Prime Legacy RC. So let's take a closer look at them. Starting off first, as always, with the box. So here you could see the front of the box with the really nice artwork there of Erial and Dion. So I really like that. And then the back of the box, you get your typical product images. And the side of the box, you get another artwork there of Dion, which is really nice. The other side, you get another artwork of Erial, spelled with the E. And the top of the box, which is interesting, you get a scene there from the cartoon where the Decepticons were showing up, so that's kind of cool. And then the bottom of the box, you get your warnings and stuff. So that's a quick look at the box. And now let's take a closer look at the figures. And like I said, first of all, these are repaint retools of previous figures. And the nice thing about this is that the colors, they did match the cartoon colors pretty nicely, and it does look nice. But what's more important from a product design perspective is the form and function. These figures, I could just tell you right off the bat, they're not designed very well. Like you can even see, he doesn't stand very well. And unless I show you like the transformation sequence, you're not going to be able to see how the tolerances on both of these are really bad. Things just pop off, things like that. So in my opinion, I think these are just your typical mainline figures that they're just trying to make sales off of, because it's really cheap. I mean, I'll give you one of many examples I can give, like, you know, this little flap here. I mean, if you could see, they didn't put the pin in there because it cost money, but as a result, when you manipulate this to transform it, it always comes undone. There's other issues I'll point out later on, but the main thing is there's a lot, and that's the reason why these figures, they're not really made that well. But you know, these figures, they look nice, and if you're collecting the G1 characters and you have the previous versions, I mean, I can tell you that this is a must have set, because here, if I can get Alpha Trion to stand, your typical issues with mainline retail figures, the set does look really nice, all really nice. So yeah, like I was saying, if you're collecting, then I would say that this is a set definitely worth getting, because these guys, they all look very nice together. But let's go over the figures. Let's first start off with Dion. So here's a closer look at Dion. So you could see, first of all, I have to say the head sculpt is done really nice. So props to the toy sculptors. You know, they did a nice job there. And like I said, the colors are nice. And the additional accessories they gave you was this backpack piece to make it a little bit more like the cartoon. But, you know, it's not perfect. And speaking of the cartoon, let's first compare this with the animation model. So you could see how well they captured the cartoon aesthetics, and for the most part, you know, it looks, you know, good enough. It's not a masterpiece, so, you know, this is, I think, as good as it gets. It, you know, looks a lot like the character. And then the other accessories you get are his handgun, which he never had in the cartoon, and this Energon goodie dispenser. And the only reason why you get this is because this is a part of the mode from the cup figure. So I'm not going to say too much about it other than, you know, these are not really needed accessories, but you're going to get them anyway since it is a repaint, retool figure. But that's what you get. And if you want, you could, I don't like doing these things. I mean, you could put it in his hand like that. Same thing with this Energon goodie dispenser. But a gimmick that they give you with this extra accessory, you could remove these backpack pieces, put them together, and they're just making up something stupid. So you could have like a square shaped gun of some kind, which is really dumb. Really dumb. Yeah, so I'm just criticizing just some of the stupid things that Hasbro comes up with. But anyways, that's just letting you know what you get with Dion. But like I said, it's a nice looking figure. I like the colors. The head sculpt's really nice. And if you're collecting the figures, it goes good with your set. And now, Erial. Oh gosh, this one also has issues. But first, the good. I like the colors and the new retooled head. Look at that. That's really a beautiful head sculpt. That belongs on like a masterpiece figure. But the same issues with mainline retail. The form and functions not really so good. Things pop off very easily. Manipulating it's very finicky and frustrating. Trying to get things to tab in. Trying to prevent things from parts from popping off and stuff. It's just, that's the horrible thing about this figure. But for me, what I'm going to point out though is just the design. These wheels here make it look really, really bad. And this, you're going to have to go back to what the original design is. This is a repaint, retool of their remake of the Transformers Prime RC. And I could just tell you that this mold is a very bad design because RC, Transformers Prime RC, never had her wheels on the leg. I mean, they should be really thin, female-like legs. So they just did not design it very good from the get-go. And then repainting, retooling it, it just, here's the consequence. I mean, you just get a figure that doesn't look good because it has these wheels down here where it shouldn't be. Okay, I don't want to start going on and on, but like I told you with product design, you could design things so many ways. It's just, for whatever reason, they designed it this way and it's really bad. But so that's in terms of these stupid wheels that makes it look bad. Because look at, if you just take those off, it doesn't look so bad. But once you add them on, it looks, it looks really bad. And then in terms of the accessories, you do get a handgun, which I was telling you is dumb because she never had a handgun, but because this is a repaint retool, you are gonna get this because the Transformers Prime RC did have a gun, and if you want, you could attach it there. So yeah, that's that. And so now let's just do this. Let's compare her with the animation model so we can see how well they captured the cartoon aesthetics. And same thing like with Dion, you know, it's okay. For a mainline retail figure, you know, I think they did a nice job capturing, you know, the cartoonist bit aesthetics. So that's just a look at both of these in robot mode. And I forgot, you do get the instructions booklet. So just showing you real quick, I won't go through all of it, but just your standard typical instructions with the accessories. You could see how they handled the instructions. You could see how it's numbered, how they highlight the focused area. So yeah, this is a way professionals do handle their detailed drawings, their instructions. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And in alt mode, if you want to attach the gun, you can. And then with Dion, here's all the accessories you get, how you can attach them, and then the transformation sequence. And I was telling you, transforming this is really frustrating because it's not toleranced very well. It's not designed very well. So, you know, things pop off. You're struggling to get things to tab in, manipulate it. It's just, this is just a figure that was just made to make sales. So that's all I'll say. And that's just a quick look at the instructions. So now let's go ahead and transform these figures into their alt mode and take a look at that. Okay, here's a look at both of them in their alt mode, and they look nice. Definitely not cartoon accurate. So let's start off first here with Dion, and let's compare him with the animation model so we can see, you know, they just match the colors, but there's just so many things that are off. I don't need to go over them, but like the wheels, you know, the missing details in the front, I mean, it's just not really cartoon accurate, but the colors are nice for a redeco retool figure. I mean, it looks okay, but the bigger issue for me is the transformation. I mean, this is really not toleranced very well. The design's not really good. I mean, I'll give you one example. Like, you see his arms here, and you could see how they made a tab, so the arm's supposed to tab in there, but you have to pull out this arm to tab it in. That's just, yeah, I just need to point that out. I don't need to say how bad that is. And then just other areas, you know, trying to untab it, tab it in. I mean, it's really frustrating because it's not designed and toleranced very well. I mean, parts come off and stuff. So there's a lot of issues with the design and transformation. But trying to say something positive, I mean, it looks like a nice figure. I mean, and it does fit in with your collection. Now the RC, gosh, again, the same thing. This is just so bad. Let me just tell you that this looks like a pink bike with thighs and hip riding the bike. That just looks bad. I mean, even this, look at this, doesn't roll very well, because I'm telling you, the way they toleranced everything, it's just, I mean, it should be like this, and it's not like this. I mean, I don't want to go on and on. It's just, I think my point's clear. It's not a really well designed figure, but the colors are nice. And you know, the alt mode is really weird because she never had an alt mode. So let me digress here, but in terms of the original mold, this is supposed to be a new version of the Transformers Prime RC, and it's really bad. I mean, the Transformers Prime RC, the bike does not look like this. The original toys that they made for it is way better. I mean, yeah, such as the wheels on the lower legs. It's just, this is not a really well designed figure. It looks like they just wanted to make a figure just to make money, and they made it as cheap as possible, so that's why you get things popping off and stuff. It's just, I'm trying to figure out how to best describe it, this type of figure, because obviously they make other figures that are much better, but there are some figures that they do like this, that's not made very well. I mean, and because it's a repaint retool, you know, obviously they're just trying to make some money off of these figures. But anyways, that's a look at them in their alt mode, and I don't need to go over these accessories because it's really dumb. But I think with RC, oh, this is so cool. You could attach this gun to form one of the tailpipes and stuff. Really dumb. And Dion, I guess you could attach these accessories on here, which is just, it's just dumb. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But that's a look at them in their alt mode. So let's transform it back into the robot mode and have our final thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts on these figures, aside from all my complaints, this is a nice looking set in terms of the color matching the cartoon, the retool of the heads, which is done really nice. But aside from that, I say again, the design of the figures, the transformation, how finicky it is with things popping off, you know, the struggle getting things to tab in and stuff like that, you're just gonna have to deal with, because that's your typical mainline figures of figures they make that they don't really, you know, try to do a good job on, just trying to make sales. But this is a nice set to have, especially if you have the other set with Orion packs and Alpha Trion, because all you have to do is look at that, and that looks really nice. So this is the one main reason to get this set. I mean, if you're a collector and collecting these, because it completes your collection. I mean, you can't have Orion packs without Erial, and it's just a bonus to have his buddy Dion. So it just looks really nice. So it almost doesn't matter, you know, how, you know, good or bad these figures are made, because it does, you know, complete your collection. And at least, you know, they did a good job on the finish, so that it does look like the cartoon, and it does have a really nice retool of the head and stuff like that. So, you know, all I can say is just overall, this is a nice figure. It's just, there's definitely a lot of issues that, you know, I have, but other people may not have the same issues. But aside from that, I mean, all you have to do is look at it. It looks really nice. And if you're collecting the figures, these are characters that you're missing from Masterpiece, the mini Masterpiece Legends and stuff. So it's nice to have for that reason also. So anyways, that's you know, my final thoughts. You know, it's a nice set to have and add to your collection. And do I recommend it? Yeah, I recommend it if you could appreciate it for those reasons, but the cost is pretty high for just two retail retool repaint figures. But you know, you just deal with it however you can. But anyways, that's my final thoughts. It's a nice set, and it's worth getting if you're collecting.
I heard that their leaders put together some kind of army and attacked one of the outer cities.
You'd believe anything.
Anyway, what do we care if there's a war? There's guardian robots to take care of stuff